Have you ever eaten a nice, fresh, crisp salad and thought to yourself, I'd like to grow vegetables like this at home? Well, today I'd like to give you a few pointers on how to grow a successful vegetable garden. Planting a garden is a lot of work. Maintaining a garden is even more work. But you will find, once you've placed vegetables that you've grown yourself on your table, that the satisfaction that you get from it is worth the effort. The first thing you need to do when planting your garden is to get your tools together. You will need a shovel, a small spade, a gardening rake, and gloves. Once you've got your tools ready, then it's time to choose the spot. Finding the perfect spot can sometimes be a challenge. According to the Garden Helper, the soil should be fertile and drain well. You should avoid areas that are very windy because the wind can dry out your plants and break the stalks. You'll need to find a place that's convenient to water. You will also need to find a place that's convenient for you so that you can check on your plants every day. You will need to find an area that gets plenty of sunlight, as most of your vegetables will require sun. Once you've done all this, now the real work begins. You will need to dig up the soil so that your plants go into the ground easily. After you've dug up the ground, then it's time to mark your rows. The best way to mark your rows is to place a stake at each end of your garden and pull a string between them. This makes your rows nice and straight, and you don't have zigzag vegetables. You will also need to make sure that there is plenty of space between each of your plants so that they are allowed to grow properly. The Backyard Gardener suggests 12 inches between each plant. Now that you've done all this, it's time to choose what you want in your garden, and this is pretty much a matter of personal taste. Some of the things that you need to keep in mind when you're planting your garden are that some vegetables will not grow at all unless they are directly planted into the ground, while other vegetables do much better if you start them in the house and then transplant them into your garden bed. Follow the directions on the back of the seed packets for your vegetables and you should do okay. Keep a ruler handy to measure the depth for the holes your plants go in, as different plants require different depths in order to grow properly. Now that you have your garden planted, it will need proper care. Most vegetables need about an inch of water every week. Mulch between your rows to help combat weeds, preserve moisture, and provide a pathway between plants. Black plastic, grass clippings, wood chips, or straw all work well for mulch. You will need to check your plants for pests often so that they can be eliminated early, and try not to use any toxic substances on your plants. Once your plants begin to grow and you start harvesting your vegetable, you will find that the satisfaction that comes from putting things that you've grown yourself on your table are worth the effort.